Before we dive into the film, I'd like to ask a fun little question. What was your first
Please.
job in the movie and TV industry?
My first job in the movie and TV industry. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Um, Movie and TV. I remember I did this MCI. No, I did a newspaper commercial in Virginia Beach, Virginia, where I was on a park bench, and it was like a quirky thing, and it was my first time on camera, and I was doing a commercial, and I was beside myself thrilled.
You voice Poupelle in the new movie Poupelle of the Chimney Town. What drew you to this film and your character?
You know, man, it was the I was able to see a little bit of the animation, and I'm always astounded by animation. The artistry of this movie is crazy. It's crazy. And also just it's based on a really popular Japanese children's book of the same name. And kind of with what we're all going through with COVID, the story talks about this little character named Lubicchi who lives in this town full of smoke. And his dad says, there are stars above the smoke. And everybody else in the town is like, no, there's not. You're crazy. You're crazy. And he keeps pursuing these stars. And my character comes alongside him. And my character is this kind of being and guides him. And it's just, I feel like we've all kind of had this crazy 2 years of just almost like its own smoke screen. And those people in our lives that are like, no, this will pass. This will pass. And there's something else coming. It's hope. We all need that hope.
Yeah. Speaking of that, your relationship with Lubicchi kind of carries the film throughout the entirety of it. What was it like working with Antonio there?
You know, I never met him. I never met the kid reading Lubicchi. That's what's so crazy about animation. You know, you like, because this other show I do, Mysterious Benedict Society, you're with these characters, you're getting to know them 5.5 months, you're working. Animation, you never meet these people and you work with the director, but it's very strange, but it's wild how they cut it together in the film.
Speaking of that, with not meeting these other characters and bringing these characters to life, and this movie really having that emotional element to it, did you find it difficult capturing that emotion, or what kind of did you do to prepare to get to that in doing
Yeah, that's a great question. It's always a journey with animation, because since you don't have those other actors, you're kind of in this voiceover booth that sometimes is, you know, very impersonal. You kind of have to go into your creative space. But the big thing is, it's such a relationship with the voice director, with the producer or the writer, because they've been with this movie for years and you're coming in as a voice. So just allowing them to paint the picture for you and the relationships and the voice they're looking for. So it's that real collaboration, which is a real gift to have. It's very needed.
Yeah, I do think that I love the story, and you talked a little bit about it, about that accepting others, being, you know, 'cause you have that relationship there, that, you know, you're kind of that trash, I guess, the quote unquote here, you can say.
Yeah.
But I did love the message that the film brought to the table. And I just wanted to find out, what kind of did you learn maybe about yourself playing this role?
You know, about myself, I think it's always, for me, is you kind of come in with an idea of a character, and then when you kind of do it, because I guess we recorded this for about 2 days, and it's just, I think, allowing yourself, because as an artist, it's always weird even saying that, but as an artist, you have to let go of any kind of expectations that you have for a voice or the story or how it's going to come out, and just kind of open yourself up to it. And that, I think, is like that discovery of like, wow, I had no idea that was going to come out of it, or that kind of tone or relationship. And that's always fun to see. But initially you kind of have to be like, all right, I got to get away any kind of preconceived of how I think this is going to go, which is scary, because you kind of want to control the narrative or control what it's going to sound like.
Yeah, my last question to you is, obviously this is based on the Japanese book, the movie and stuff like that. Did you watch or did you just kind of go in and try to form your own character? Because I know there's a difference sometimes where you don't want to kind of steal or borrow from it. What did you do?
I didn't really listen to much of the Japanese, except when I had to kind of hear how long a line had to be. But wait, so what was your question again? Is it, what did I have to do?
So basically, what did you, I didn't know if you took away from anything else from the other aspects in order to form yourself.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily maybe with the voices so much, but it's always a gift when you can finally see the animation come to life when you're doing the voice, because the Poupelle's voice, it's a very kind of warm, kind of fatherly voice. And you look at the show, the movie, and it has these like emerald tones and this very ethereal, almost like watercolor thing. And so you want to kind of match that rhythm. So seeing the visuals is a real plus, real plus.
So thank you, Tony, so much for your time today. I love the movie. I was floored by the movie, honestly. I wasn't expecting to really be in that emotional aspect of the movie. I was like, oh my God, like, whoa, what is going on? And then it just kind of peels back all these layers, and it's like, there's so much in it. I wrote in my little review about it. I was like, this isn't a important movie for children to watch, but also for adults. You know what I mean? I think it's a blend, right?
Especially now, man. We need hope. And that's another thing about it that I really get excited about is not that there's other art that's very dark, but this is like life-giving. You know, it's redemptive. And that's nice to kind of fill our minds with right now.